Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Pride! My name is Faith, pronouns she, her, and I am here live on unceded stolen Algonquin land in Ottawa. So for today's 30-minute practice, we're going to use some blocks or some heavy books if you have them, and it's just to help create some space in our movement. And if you have any padding for your knees, that would be super great. Again, supporting our body in this movement. So we'll get started. Maybe you find a comfortable seat wherever you'd like. It could be cross-legged, back against furniture. You could be laying down. Just find a place where you can kind of settle. And fidgeting is totally allowed, so go for it. Once settled, maybe you draw your focus to the points of connection to the earth here, whether that be your bum, your back, your head, what is connected to the ground. Maybe notice the quality of energy there. Maybe you invite that energy to the crown of your head with your inhale, and with your exhale, you release it back down to the earth. Going through a few cycles like this. The mind wanders, that is okay, that is human nature. Acknowledge, notice, come back. Maybe you notice the points of connection to the earth. Maybe you notice the feeling of air on your skin, your clothes, your face. Maybe the way the glasses rest on your nose if you're a glass wearer like I. And without trying to change it, notice your breath. Notice the quality here. I'm not trying to change it just yet, so maybe you draw your attention to how shallow it is, where it's going in your body, if it's long breaths. What does breathing feel like for you right now? Take a few breaths together. So for this, we're going to exhale out, squeeze all the air out from your lungs by drawing navel to spine, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And inhale, draw the breath into your low belly, let your ribs, chest, back expand. And exhale, release something. Maybe you make sounds. Maybe you don't. Inhale again, drawing your breath slowly, letting it pull into your belly, expanding your ribs, your chest, your back, filling up. And exhale, release something. Last breath together before we get into some groovy movement. Inhale again, letting that breath come into your low belly and build up to your ribs, your chest, your back. Expanding. And exhale, release. Slow breath. We'll make our way to a table position, so on our hands and knees. As a reminder, this is your practice. You are in the driver's seat. When I cue, when I say, it's all just a suggestion, some gentle guidance if you'd like to take it. So we'll meet on our hands and our knees. So wrists about shoulder width apart, knees about hips width apart. Now let's begin kind of like bringing our hands up and down the mat, kind of seeing how sticky it is, or the towel or the ground, the carpet, wherever you are at, just almost like a cat kneading the mat. We'll find some stillness here. Inhale, round, chin comes up. And exhale, chin to chest, belly in. Inhale here, belly comes down, chin rises. And exhale, chin to chest, belly comes in. We'll do a few more breaths like this. So inhaling to bring your chin up, your belly down. And exhaling to round your chin in towards your chest, belly comes in. You're welcome to adventure off tracks here. And you can do some circles with your chest, going one way, the other. Maybe you shake your head no. Maybe you do some circles with your hips. Just letting your body go into the driver's seat and say, this is what I need. Maybe pausing in those sticky areas. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Your time, your body, your movement. Last cycle of breath here. And let's meet with the neutral table. So spine isn't rounded or in. It's just kind of a neutral table position here. Inhale, right hand comes in a little bit towards the center. Left hand traces right arm. Chest open, maybe do some spirit fingers because hell yeah, it's Pride Week. And exhale, threading your right hand between your left arm, threading your left hand between your right arm and your right knee. Thread the needle. Shoulder comes down, ear comes down. Inhale, rise. Left hand tracing right arm, chest open. And exhale, thread the needle. Chin, shoulder comes down. 3 more like this. Your breath, your movement. Inhaling to open and exhaling to thread the needle. Maybe coming back to that breath. Last cycle here. Wherever you are, we'll meet in that threaded needle position. So left shoulder is down. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Maybe your right palm stays grounded where it is, or maybe you crawl your hand forward, ground that palm. Another option is for the right hand to find the small of your back, half bind. What feels good right now? Can we breathe into this new space that we've created, this different space? One more cycle of breath here. And on your next inhale, right palm slides back down to next to your face. and push up and reset into our table. We'll take a few breaths here to just kind of feel out the movement, the motion. What new space did we create here? We'll meet in our neutral table, no rush. Inhale, left palm comes in, right palm traces left arm, chest opens, spirit fingers maybe. And exhale, threading the right hand between the left arm and left knee, shoulder comes down, ear comes down. Thread that needle. Inhale, push up and open. And exhale, thread the needle again. 3 more breaths like this. Your movement, your body, your breath. One more cycle of breath, wherever you are, inhaling to open, and exhaling, thread the needle. Staying in this threaded needle position where our right shoulder is grounded down, left palm can stay where it is, or you can crawl it up towards the top of your mat for a stretch, or your left palm can find your low back here for a half bind. What feels good? Take 3 breaths here. Breathing into this new space. Last cycle of breath here, folks. And on your next inhale, left palm slides back down towards base, push up, and we'll reset into our lovely table. Maybe take some movement here, some cat-cows. 2 breaths here to just kind of get acquainted with this new space that we've created. When you're ready, we'll meet in hero at the back of our mat, so on our knees. We'll take some time to just, maybe we let the eyes get fuzzy. We'll take 3 breaths here. Tuning in to wherever you're at in your day. Maybe you offer yourself a little slice of compassion. When you're ready, we'll meet with your knees. So your knees are still on the ground, your chest is stretched here. And maybe this is where you're going to want to grab your padding for your knees. We'll be on our knees for a little bit longer, so might as well support our body in this movement. So knees about hip width apart, hands can be on hips or in front. Inhale, chest stretches up, chest proud. And exhale, falling out breath. Inhale again, and one more breath, release. On your next inhale, keeping hips in line with shoulder, we'll lean back. I'll show you what that looks like here. Leaning back. And exhale to come forward. So squeezing those inner thighs together. You're welcome to use a block for this to help create that, like to feel the squeeze. Sometimes you need some resistance to be able to feel it, I find. So you're welcome to use a block, a cushion, a book, whatever you've got. And inhaling, chest, shoulders, and hips in line, leaning back. And exhale to come forward. So we'll play with this movement for just a little bit, taking Another 5 breaths here. So what I've discovered with this move is that the more you go back, the harder it is to come forward. So just be forewarned. If this is a little bit too much sensation for you today, you're welcome to just play with stillness or not go as far. I mean, this is your body, this is your practice. Like, what do you need right now? And just take it. 2 more cycles of breath here. Last one, inhaling to go back. And exhale to go forward. Excellent. If you're using the block, feel free to move it aside. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale. Maybe here you fold over your mat to give your knee a little bit more support. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, bending at the elbow, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, cactus the arms. For a little bit more sensation in the chest, feel free to kind of push your hands a little bit back. Inhale again, arms overhead. And exhale, cactus the arms. One more breath like this, folks. On your next inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, frame your top foot with your hands. Maybe you grab for your blocks here. Inhale, chest peels forward. And exhale, chin comes in towards chest. We're kind of unraveling our leg a little bit here, so stretching it. Our foot is flexed. Inhale, coming forward again. Peeling heart through. And exhale, bowing to our foot. So thumb comes back, head comes forward, toes peel towards face. 3 more like this. Your breath, your time, what feels good, your body. Inhaling to bring chest forward in our lunge, and exhaling to shift back. Toes peeled towards chest, head curled in. Blocks are really neat here because they allow us to keep our chest a little proud. They support our movement. Last cycle of breath. And your next inhale will bring ourselves back into our lunge position, setting your blocks aside. Right foot goes behind, crawl hands forward, keeping hips on the same line as knees. Puppy position. Inhale here. And exhale, release. On your next inhale, hips shift forward. And we'll come into our Sphinx. Elbows underneath shoulders. Staring straight ahead. Exhale. On your next inhale, you'll grab for opposite elbows. Create a nice cushion for your head. Wisdom pose. Maybe you windshield wiper your legs here. Getting a nice massage on your thighs. One more cycle of breath. On your next inhale, feet come down, hands come to beside your shoulders, push up and back into our child's pose. Lots of space between our knees for our body. A couple of options here. You can keep your arms extended overhead, or you can fold at the, this is not wrist, these are my elbows, in a shark fin. Or you can put your arms beside your legs here, or create a diamond shape for your head to rest. Your hands, big toes are intended towards one another. One more cycle of breath. On your next inhale, push up. And we are back in our hero pose from the beginning. So feel free to grab a little bit of water if you'd like. It's important to stay hydrated in these humid, warm times. Excellent. We'll meet in our hero pose. Maybe you do some circles, your neck, drawing your left ear to your left shoulder gently, chin towards chest, right ear to your right shoulder. Being ever so gentle with our neck. We'll take 3 breaths here. Did you know that there are only 4 tiny little muscles that attach your bowling ball head to your neck? I did not, and I think that that's wild. Those muscles work hard all day long. One more cycle of breath before we find stillness. Excellent. Come back up, chin up, parallel with the ground. Bringing hips forward, knees stay grounded. Maybe you bring your knee support here for yourself to support yourself through this movement. Hands find hips. Inhale, chest is proud. And exhale, release. Feel free to tuck a block in between your legs if you'd like to create a little bit more resistance for some more sensation. And inhale, keeping chest, shoulders, and hips in line. Lean back, hugging inner thighs in, and exhale, come forward. You're welcome for some more sensation and heat, to bring your arms out in front of you instead of on your hips. We'll be here for 5 more cycles of breath. This is a little bit too much sensation for you. Don't go as deep, or maybe you can explore stillness here, hugging in the thighs. Chest is proud. What feels good? What do you need right now? Three more cycles of breath left. I find that I'm always thinking I can handle too much, so I always go too far back, and I'm like, how am I going to get forward? So if you find yourself in that same position, we are friends. One more cycle of breath. And your next inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale here. Inhale, arms come up overhead. And exhale, bending at the elbow, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, bending at the elbows, cactus the arms. Imagine you're kind of ripping apart the mat with your foot and your knee so that you can get that engagement in your legs, so it supports and stabilizes you through this movement. 3 more breaths. Inhale, arms coming up, and exhaling to cactus the arms. your breath, your body, your movement. Find your flow. Last cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, frame your top foot with your hands. Maybe you find your blocks here to help support your movement, to give you a little bit more space to move in. Inhale, chest peels forward, low lunge. And exhale, shifting back, peeling toes towards face. There's still some stretch in that leg, but I'm extending a little bit more for some neat sensation in my hamstring. Inhaling back to our lunge, chest comes forward, chin parallel with ground, and exhale, shifting hips back, peeling toes towards chest, bowing down. 3 more cycles of breath like this. Your body, your movement, what feels nice. Inhaling to come forward to our lunge and exhaling to shift back into our half splits. Last cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, peeling heart in your lunge, and exhale, left knee comes next to right. Maybe you move your blocks to the side, and hips staying over knees, stretching palms, crawling them forward, puppy pose. Chest melts towards ground. Maybe your forehead rests on the ground, maybe it doesn't. Inhale here. And exhale, hips shift forward. Shoulders moving to over your elbows, Sphinx pose. Inhale here. And exhale, grabbing for opposite elbow, wisdom pose. Forehead rests on our arms. Option here to do a little windshield wiper movement. We'll be here for 1 breath. On your next inhale, feet come down towards mat. Palms ground down towards mat, right next to your shoulders. Push up and back into your child's pose. Lots of space between knees for body. Big toes intending towards another. You can stretch your arms in front of you or bending at the elbow for a little bend with your elbows. Or arms can come beside your body. Whatever feels nice for you. We'll be here for 3 more cycles of breath. Maybe you come up on the tips of your fingers for a little bit more sensation. Last cycle of breath here. Excellent. We'll crawl our hands back towards our knees, keeping head low. We'll come up vertebrae by vertebrae. Neck and head come up last. Shoulders shrug. And you've arrived. Take your time. We'll meet in the middle of our space. Bum seated, grinding down towards the mat. So we'll meet in like a saddle position here. So Both feet are pressed in towards mat. Legs are in front of you. Palms are behind you to help support you in this movement. Inhale, knock knees towards left. Right hip can come up, and exhale in towards center. Inhale here. And exhale, knees go towards right, left hip comes up. Inhale towards center. And exhale, knees left, right hip comes up. Option to take your right palm and to put it on your knee here for a seated sage twist. Inhale to center. And exhale, knocking your knees to the right. Left hip comes up. Option to bring your left palm onto your right knee. We'll be here for 10 more cycles of breath, so feel free to go as fast or as slow as you'd like. This is your body, your movement. Giving our hips a little bit of space today to move. Inhaling to come through center and exhaling to twist. Few more cycles of breath here. No rush. Even it out. And we'll meet with our knees in towards chest. Maybe you pivot them towards the left so that you can be straight on your mat. Inhale here, chest proud, and exhale, lower yourself slowly onto the mat. Coming down. This isn't our final resting pose just yet. We're almost there. Feel free to grab a block, a cushion. These are in no way mandatory. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Inhale, bring right foot in towards chest. Maybe your hand grabs for shin or behind thigh. And exhale, I'm using my block right now, guide it in towards the left side of your body. Both shoulders stay rooted down. Right palm can be stretched out in front of you or in a cactus, gaze up or to the right. Left palm can come to top of leg. Inhale here. And exhale. Maybe you offer yourself some compassion. We'll take 3 more cycles of breath here. We're nearing the end of our practice. Your body, your breath, your movement. Last cycle of breath, wherever you are. On our next inhale, grab for that right knee, coming back in through center. Exhale, extend right leg out. Inhale, grab for left shin or behind thigh. Maybe have your block handy. Inhale here. And exhale, guiding that left knee towards the right side of the mat. Keeping both shoulders ground down. Right palm can come to the top leg. Left arm can be extended or in cactus. Maybe your eyelids grow heavy or your vision goes fuzzy. We'll take 3 more cycles of breath here. Sometimes I ask myself, when was the last time you were compassionate towards yourself? Or when was the last time that you were kind towards yourself or gave time towards yourself? And moving my body and tuning in is a great way to do that. So thank you for taking that time today. Last cycle of breath. And on your next inhale, coming through center, bringing the block to the side. Extend both legs. Feel free to take any more movement here that might call for you. We're going to go into our final resting pose. So that can be a traditional Shavasana with both legs and arms extended. Palms can be facing up or towards the ground for a little bit more grounding. Or you can find a seat of your choosing or rest your back against furniture. It's your practice. Where do you want to leave off at today? We're just about finished, but we're going to take a few more breaths together. So settle into your final resting pose, whatever that may look like. Fidgeting is totally allowed. Get comfy. Maybe you observe your breath again. Notice the quality, just like we did at the beginning. You're welcome to compare and contrast or just observe. Coming back to our breath. Coming back to ourselves. Offering ourselves a little slice of compassion. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. It's your practice. If you're done with this space, feel free to invite a little bit more movement into your toes and your fingers. It has been an absolute privilege to practice with you today. I am a warrior yoga teacher, and thank you for joining Max's Ottawa Pride event. Happy Pride! It's a happy time! Thank you so much, folks. Have a lovely rest of your day wherever you're at.